know the top 3 things black people want? Recently, there was a survey conducted. I've been sharing it. For some reason, it's not getting a lot of traction. But when black people are asked, not white people who like black people, not white people who hang out with black people, not white leftists or white progressives who frequent Twitter, not white progressives that go on the Jimmy Dore show or Kyle Kalinske show, not black folks who've been cordoned off and selected by Zaddy to be something, take this name, do this thing, pretend to be this thing, drink your coffee, go on this show. Here are the 3 things. The 3 things that were important to black people in a recent study, recent survey. I'll put links in the description box below. Racism. Half these motherfuckers never bring up racism. It's as if racism don't exist. Some of these commentators won't even say the word black. They call us minority. I am not your minority. I'm Tim Black. You can't even say black. For real. Shut your ass up forever. I'm a black man. Number 2, pandemic. Yeah, the pandemic. The concerns about what's happening now with this pandemic, which are economic, that's the second most important or most pressing concern of black people. How many of them are saying that? No, because that's tied to economics for black people. They're going to make it economics for everyone. But that situation is so much more dire than theirs. And that situation will continue to be dire even after the pandemic is finally resolved, if it is ever resolved. And number 3, police brutality. Police brutality, that thing I've been covering that nobody else wants to cover? Unless it's very sensational, they cover it for 2 seconds. These are the things that black people are concerned about. See, if you try to fit in, I get it. You try to fit in with white people on Twitter or on YouTube or wherever you are. You're trying to be good at what you do. You're starting to lose a little bit of your blackness. It's starting to peel off you. It's starting to slide away from you. Pandemic got you trapped indoors. You're in Facebook groups. You're frequenting groups on Twitter, threads. You're starting to listen to these people. You don't know who they are. They're starting to influence you. It's starting to tell you things that aren't true. Black people don't give a shit about climate change like white people. White people have a luxury of caring about the planet. Yeah, white people have a luxury of caring about the planet. Black people just trying to survive this planet. We trying to survive the elements of this planet. 13% of the population, 50% of the homeless population. We trying to survive. See, Maslow's laws of hierarchy. Maslow is a psychologist and a philosopher. He said that in a nutshell, and I don't want to butcher it, but in a nutshell, people basically can't care about certain shit if they don't have other shit taken care of. Like, if you don't know if the heat's gonna cut on, you ain't worried about what happened to your favorite character on Housewives of Atlanta. Or you don't know where your next meal's coming from, you ain't too worried about who won the game in Detroit. Those things might not concern you because you have other pressing issues. Black people have pressing issues. By and large, black people have pressing issues that far exceed. We are drowning. And we got white people going, they want to play water polo. We are drowning. We got white people wanting to go jet skiing. Man, because the jet skis won't start up. Man, because they got rust on their fishing boat. And we are drowning. We're literally in the water begging for life preservers. And what do? They fabricate a group to sandbag Tim Black and others who are working on the same behalf, like the Reset Race podcast, because they don't want us influencing their good old white progressives, who some of them may be willing, may be interested in stepping into something that's meaningful. Because the fight for cut the check, believe it or not, baby, hashtag cut the check, is a justice fight. It's just as justice as BLM. It may even be more justful. It may have more justice implications. Because we're talking about an issue that's been systemic in this country since its founding. We're talking about the Homestead Act, which gave 1.5 million white families 160 acres each. 160 acres, while we got 0. Originally, we were promised 1/4. or 40 acres. They took that away. Gave our 40 acres to white people and added another 120. That's what happened. That didn't happen. We're not having this conversation. Tim Black is not needing to yell on the mic and demand to cut the check. Because then at least, we had a start, an opportunity to compete in this country, one of the richest countries in the world. How are you going to survive in the richest country in the world when you've been disenfranchised by your government? While other groups in this country have been aided, propped up, selected, not unlike some of our other commentators who have been selected, to dilute the message, to put a black face on white issues, and to give white people the impression that that's what the fuck black people want. That's not what black people want. Black people don't want a Green New Deal unless they've been lied to. Black people want, first of all, we get to the Green New Deal after we get reparations. We get to the Green New Deal after we get a black agenda. I dare you to go to any black neighborhood in any black major city across the United States of America and talk to them about what's important to them and present to them. Do you want a Green New Deal or do you want reparations? Do you want a Green New Deal or do you want a black agenda? Do you want a Green New Deal or do you want black upliftment? I wonder which one they're going to choose. I wonder which. What would be in the minority? What would be in the majority? Cut the check would win. Cut the check would always win.
Most news shows are suspect. They don't focus on black issues, and when they do, it's all fluff. How does that help your life? How does that help your family? How does that help the culture? They don't. The Tim Black Show is different. Tim Black gives you news for people who can't stand the news. Real, authentic, researched, entertaining, on point. Don't let nobody take your cornbread. Visit www.timblacktv.com today. Get black breaking news, politics, culture from someone you can trust. timblacktv.com. Join us today.